Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Vintage Cube draft. This pack is an interesting one to start. There's no clear pick, but there's some good cards. I like Uro a lot. Get Probe and stuff like that. Chrome Mox is solid. Spell Pierce is a good interactive spell. Mother of Runes is a great mono white card. Bone Crusher Giant is a great mono red card. Lots of cards that are similar power level here, which is a little tricky. Raphaelos is also first pickable, but I don't really like going down that route. It's only good in one deck. I think it's probably between the Chrome Mox and the Spell Pierce. Those are the cards that leave us the most open. And I think I'll take the Pierce here. It's close. Chrome Mox is very good, but it is card disadvantage. And most decks want a little bit of counter magic, especially cheap counter magic. Now I'll take a Misty Rainforest. That's a great pickup. Consider is solid. Brazen Borrower is solid. Could take Noble Hierarch, but we'll just take the fetch land. Stay very open. I would take Consider over most non-fetch lands. Like, even over, like, if this was a breeding pool or something, I would take the Consider. But here, let's take the fetch land. Okay, interesting pack. Hydroid Krasis is there. So one option, we could have said Uro into Misty Rainforest into Hydroid Krasis and just go all in on blue-green. There is Time Warp, which is fine. A lot of green stuff overall. But I think what I like doing here is taking Stomping Ground. We can find that off of Misty Rainforest, and that gives us pretty solid Teamer mana. Yeah, I think that's a bit better than taking one of these cards that requires a lot more of a commitment. Teamer isn't a super popular color combination for me, but I think it's fine. It's better if we get the Uro on the wheel. But yeah, I think this is the pick. Worth noting, there's no red cards here, actually. So maybe red is cut, but we're not missing out on much by taking this. Yeah, let's take the land. So we're still very early there. I don't know exactly what we're looking for, but I think this is a very strong and versatile start. Okay, well, this pack is not very good for us. There's a lot of green, so we might want to lean into green a bit. Could take Garrick. Could also take Mizium Mortars. I don't think I want to take Sacred Foundry because we can't find that off of Misty Rainforest. There's a lot of green and white planeswalkers here. Um, hmm. If we take Sacred Foundry, that sets us up to potentially be an Omnath deck. And then we could, like, wheel Knight of Autumn. I actually think I am going to take the Sacred Foundry here. Mizium Mortars and Garrick are both just not that exciting. And this gives us, like, yeah, now we can take the Tropical Island, have a really solid mana base early on. Typically, this is how I prefer to do it. Take the lands early, we can get the spells late. This is like the black-white pack, though, which is not great if we're trying to be, like, base teamer. But yeah, I like this start a lot. Misty Rainforest cannot grab Sacred Foundry, and we're not committed to white. I mean, we're not really committed to anything yet. But yeah, I think this is a solid place to be. Now, if we see a Teferi, if we see a Fractured Identity, if we see Nahiri even, we could take those. There's a Scarab God, but we have no black mana. I think I'm just taking Jetmir's Garden. Really solidifying the Omnath colors. Yeah, that seems good. Love this mana base. If we could just end the pack with one Spell Pierce and 14 lands, I would be thrilled. Okay, we could take the Inspiring Vantage. Like, I mean, that's not really a joke. Endurance is fine, but a lot of the packs we've seen have had mostly pretty mediocre cards. Yeah, I'll take the Inspiring Vantage. I realize that we have no red cards and no white cards, but we have such good mana now, and that's really all I want. I don't care about the spells at all. Just want the lands. All right. We could take another land. Unfortunately, the good gold card is not in our colors, even though our colors encapsulate most colors. There is Dig Through Time, but I think I'm going to take Is It Signet here. Yeah, we'll go with that. And I believe the next pack is our starting pack, so we'll see if the Uro comes around. I don't think it's likely to, but I'd be happy if it did. It could be the old Inspiring Vantage Uro deck. A true classic. Okay, Uro did not come around. Retrofitter Foundry did, and then some like white aggro cards. I'll take the Foundry though. Yeah, this card has really impressed me. Nothing else. I mean, we could just take this and pivot to mono white, but I really don't want to do that. Yeah, I think I'm going to take the Retrofitter Foundry here. We'll see if we get like only white cards on the wheel, like white aggro cards. I will regret this. There's a source of plowshares. That's good. We have the four color mana. Can we get the four color spells? Normally, if we have six lands, I would want at least one or two of these four spells to be like powerful gold planeswalkers or creatures. Okay, Hydroid Krasis did come around. That's pretty good. We'll take that. We could take Ephemerate. Like Solitude and Fury are both going to be high pickups for this deck, but let's take the Krasis. Good mana sink. We don't have a ton of acceleration right now, but you don't need like 8 mana to make this good. Just playing this for 4 mana as a 2/2 flyer trampler that gains life and draws a card is totally playable, and then it scales from there. All right, Knight of Autumn, good pickup. Corrin Sign of Urza is good too, but I think I would rather have the Knight of Autumn. It's a really good interactive card. Yeah, we'll do that. Plus, we have outs to be a Niv Mizzet deck, and in that case, having extra powerful interactive gold cards is nice. Okay, this pack is bad for us. Probably taking History of Benalia. I don't think we're a Goblin Bombardment deck. All right, we'll take. I guess I'll take Olivia. No, we'll take Duretti. This card is bad though. I don't think this should be in the format. I've seen it be used well, but it's so rare. But we could end up playing this if we get like, oh, Last Pick Endurance is actually a card we might play. Um, if we got like Cityscape Leveler, we could play this card. All right, the what we're actually playing is still very much up for debate. We just want to take good lands. Okay, I think we take Expressive Iteration here. It's a really, really powerful card. Mox Diamond is good, Fable of the Mirror Breaker is good, Utopia Sprawl, but Iteration is the best of these cards, I think. And it plays well with the Is It Signet. Yeah, we'll take the Expressive Iteration and try to wheel Knight of the Reliquary. Okay, a lot of black stuff here. We could take a Gruul Signet or we could take a Narset. But we might end up with a relatively high creature count. Still sort of TBD. I think I'm going to take the Signet. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, there's Aspara's headquarters. There's also Plateau, Devoted Druid, Golos. Actually, let's take Golos. Yeah, I don't think Golos will come around. I would like the Aspara's headquarters, but Golos is a really, really good payoff for this deck. We need one black land, but that shouldn't be too hard to do. All right, this pack has Nissa, which is a pretty good card. Fast Bond. I think Ramanap Excavator already went by, though. So it's between Raging Ravine and Nissa, and I think I'll take the Ravine. This is a really nice card. Yeah, let's take the Raging Ravine. Powerful threat. Okay, I think we got to take the Bloodstained Mire here. This can get Stomping Ground. It cannot get Tropical Island, but it can get Sacred Foundry. So it can get every color except blue. Muldrifter is good, and Escapes the Wilds is good, and I hope that one of them wheels, but this is just like, this deck needs fetch lands. Yeah, we'll take the Bloodstained Mire. So we still don't really have the spells that I want. We have a few good ones, but like I would really like to get a couple good card advantage spells, multicolored planeswalkers, Omnath, stuff like that. Okay, interesting. There is a few options here. So into the triome would give us a nice black land. We can find it off of both of our fetches. That makes Golos better. We could also take balance though. And balance plays really well with the signets and the retrofitter foundry. Hmm. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take the balance. I really only need one black land, and we have time. Let's take a balance. Nice. Arid Mesa, very good pickup. That cannot also can't find Tropical Island. We have two of the only fetch lands that don't find Tropical Island. So hopefully we can find a blue fetchable land. Okay, that's a Minskin Boo. That is the sort of exactly the payoff that we're looking for. Take that very happily. Nihiri would be good too, but no question, definitely taking the Minsk. This would be a great Ren and Six deck too. Interesting. Utopia Sprawl versus Knight of the Reliquary. Knight is not that good here, although it's got to be kind of beefy because we do have the fetch lands. Utopia Sprawl, let's see. We have a lot of ways to find these forests. Yeah, I think Utopia Sprawl is the pick here. Although Knight of the Reliquary is good, and we do need more payoffs, but that's not a great payoff. Yeah, I'm going to take the Utopia Sprawl. Okay, there's a Duretti. So if we're playing black, yeah, I think I'm going to speculate on the Duretti. It's not there yet, but we are likely to get a black land. Now we can take a Thieving Skydiver. Good pickup. Probably not playing this Duretti. I'm playing the other Duretti, though. Endurance, probably not needed in the main deck. These are the cards that I really want to play. So if was a 17 land deck, we would need 8 more or 9 more 9 more good spells. Aurelia is not playable for us. Fast Bond is not great either, but I think I will take it. It's pretty. Oh man, another. Okay, getting bricks here is bad. When you spend this many picks on land, you need to be getting like, we're playing literally 5 colors. So the fact that we're playing 5 colors and still getting cards that are not playable for us is not good. Also, just like weird. There's yeah. I mean that pack specifically had cards that are very niche. Because most cards in the format are playable in this deck. Okay, we get the late Triome. That's great. Last pick, Blood Tithe Harvester. Probably not playing this one. It's not terrible. Okay, nice. This is all the payoffs. So Omnath, Leovold, Urza Saga, Steam Vents, Fetchland. Really, really good pack. Also Mind Twist. I'm tempted to take the Leovold. I think Omnath is going to come around. It's a little risky. Also, Steam Vents looks good because we don't have a blue fetchable land. Maybe we do just take the Omnath, though. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to take the Omnath. We could try to wheel it, but it's so good for this deck when we have 3 fetch lands already. But then again, like, you kind of need all these lands, and no one has them. Really close pick. I think I'm taking Omnath still. Omnath is also just, like, probably better than Leovold for this deck anyways. Yeah, I'll take the Omnath. There's the Niv Mizzet. If we take Knight of the Reliquary, we can take Sheldock Isle. Thing is, Niv Mizzet doesn't even look that good in this deck. I think I'm just taking Sheldock Isle anyways. And if this comes around, we'll take it, but it's not essential. Interesting draft so far, for sure. We have 4 tapped lands. That's not too bad for a deck that has this many non-basics. Still want a couple more sources of card advantage and a couple more win conditions. Maybe cards that do both. Ooh, Library of Alexandria and Field of the Dead. I think we take the Field of the Dead here. Now I'm wishing that I'd taken the Knight of the Reliquary, but Field of the Dead looks really strong. It's awkward with Omnath, but yeah, this is going to be really easy for us to trigger. And we can also find it off of Golos. Interesting. There's a Croxa. There's also a Temple Garden. I don't think we're time spiraling. Croaks is going to be tough to cast. And we're not even filling our graveyard that much. So I'm going to take the Temple Garden. I want to have as many forests as possible for Utopia Sprawl. Okay, we're getting to the point where we need to start taking spells. I want to take Sunbaked Canyon. It's funny that there's 3 of these pain lands in this pack. I think I'm going to take a Sunbaked Canyon. Liliana's too hard to cast. Bushwhack is bad when we have, like, no basics. Yeah, let's take this. Okay, like, I want Taiga, but at this point, we really, really need to prioritize getting some spells. So, which one do we take? Treachery or Karn? I think I'm going to take Karn here. It's good with Omnath. Yeah, we'll take a Karn. So, ideally we get... This is potentially an 18-lander if we're playing Field of the Dead. We need a lot more spells, though. I think we're probably playing Fast Bond now. And Endurance is a card we can main deck. So is Bloodtithe Harvester. Ooh, late Ashiok. Also Wooded Foothills, but I think we got to take the Ashiok since we need more spells. Yeah, if I'd run in 6, it would be one thing, but we'll take the Ashiok. Okay, Crop Rotation is kind of interesting. It finds Field of the Dead and Sheldock Isle. I think that's worth it. Yeah, we'll take this card. Nice, Leovold came around. So did Urza Saga, but we only have one target. Yeah, let's take the Leovold. There's the Niv. Is Niv Mizzet good? It's not amazing, but I think I still take it. It's just going to be like a 6/6 flyer that draws like 2 maybe. 1 or 2. And it's basically free. Our mana base is very good for it, so I think it's worth it. Now we can cut some of the worst cards. Alright, we'll take a Signet. It's on color. Haha, I get it, because all Signets are on color. Croxa. Interesting. I will take a Croxa. Now that we have the Niv Mizzet, having just like more random cards in our colors is good. So let's cut the Fast Bond. Oath of Druids is a good sideboard card. I think we can move Endurance to the board. We could play this with 17 lands. I think that seems fine. 17 lands plus 3 Signets. Yeah, that should be okay. Making the mana base is going to be weird for this deck. Do we actually play Crop Rotation? Maybe we should cut the Crop Rotation actually for an 18th land. Yeah, I think that's fine. Crop Rotation gives us some value, but it's like, it's easy to think about situations where it's great, where it like gets a Sheldock Isle end of turn, but there's also going to be situations where it just like is card disadvantage and is pretty bad, and we don't have Remnant Excavator or Crucible of Worlds to recoup the card disadvantage. Okay, so sorting by color is always annoying for these decks. All right, I think let's start with green. 7 green cards. 8 blue cards. 5 white. 7 red. 6 black. So pretty even on most. Let's look at our mana sources. That's hilarious. They suggest okay. For green we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, plus two signets. That's pretty good. For blue, we have one, two, three, four, five. So we need more blue. For red, we have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. That's fine. And for white, we have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. That's fine. For black, we have one, two, three, four, five. So I think I'm just gonna add two islands. Yep, this seems fine. We'll run it like this. Oh wait, we get to add one more too, so we can add one swamp. Nice. Yeah, I think this is a good way to build it. All right, deck's perfect. Submit like this. I'll see you in round one with this. I mean, I can't really call it anything other than a five-color monstrosity, but monstrosities always make for a good time. See you in round one. All right, here we are for round one against Longhorn for life. We're on the draw with a weird hand. We have four lands, but our mana still kind of sucks, but I will keep it. I think we lead on Jetmir's Garden, or, there's arguments for any of our three tapped lands. Uh-oh. Holy moly, stop, stop, stop. You can't play this many things on turn one. They don't attack. That's sort of funny. Um, hmm. I think we get Jetmir's Garden into play first. I mean, we don't have Spell Pierce up this turn, but I don't think we're going to need Spell Pierce, really. Karn Liberated on top. Nice. They don't have a play other than that. They tap our land, yep. Shelduck Isle. We'll grab... I guess Expressive Iteration. Pass. Then if they tap our land again, we cannot play Knight of Autumn. If we do get to play Knight of Autumn, then we can blow up their Mox Diamond and we'll be in a great shape. Alright, we draw Stomping Ground, yep. Okay. Signet. Nice. So play land, play Signet. Now we don't have to discard a hand size. Oh, are they going to counter this? Mana Tithe. Okay, that's actually fine. Strange game. The opponent did so much on turn one, but they haven't done too much since then. Selfless Spirit, that's not too scary. We have Golos on top. We cannot play that this turn. Let's just play Knight of Autumn, blow up the Mox Diamond, and then play a Field of the Dead. And now I would very happily block the Goblin Guide if they offer that exchange. Playing Field of the Dead means we can't play Omnath next turn, but I think I want to play Golos anyways. Okay, they just swing for two. Our life total is still fairly healthy. Tap the Jetmir's Garden, no surprise there. We draw Leovold, which we cannot play. So we'll put tap land into play and pass. I think we're still in a reasonable position here. Rishadan Port is good against us though, because our mana is what it is. We'll take two. If we can play Omnath and get a life gain trigger, we're gonna win. But it might be hard to do if they keep on messing with our mana. Retrofit or Foundry? Okay, let's just play the Golos. It means paying a life, but I think that's fine. It also gives us a zombie. So let's get Raging Ravine and pass. I'm not going to swing with Knight of Autumn. I don't think that's very relevant. So Golos takes 7 mana to spin. So we can just spin Golos on our turn if they tap our land. We can spin Golos in response. But I would actually rather put Omnath into play, probably. We need to find a flyer for the Selfless Spirit soon, or life gain. Like one of those two. So we take 2. This is our only blue source. So they probably tap that now. In which case, I think I will just spin the Golos in response. Interesting. Okay, they're going to let us play the Omnath. Looks like they have the kill spell for it, Char. We don't have blue men up for Spell Pierce. Okay, let's play land, make another dude. Retrofitter Foundry. And now I'm going to start getting aggressive. We can almost kill them next turn. We can hit them for 9. If we animate Raging Ravine, we could kill them. Soul Ring, okay, that's scary. 5 mana. If they play a dragon, if they play Thundermaw Hellkite, we're dead. If they play Glorybringer or Goldspan Dragon, we're going to 1. They concede. That seems a little preemptive, but I'll take it. So red-white aggro. We can bring in Oath of Druids and Endurance. Yeah, I think that's fine. Hydroid Krasis is really bad with Oath of Druids. What do we not want? I think we cut Kroxa. Cut Ashiok. This would be one option. We could also play Fast Bond on the draw. Fast Bond over... I think Spell Pierce is fine. Hydroid Krasis is bad with Oath, but it's decent overall. Thieving Skydiver seems good against their deck. I want all the Signets. I don't want to bring in Fast Bond and cut a land. Endurance does seem good enough. Close decision. Maybe Karn. Yeah, Karn's probably not really necessary. And we cut 2 black cards to bring in 2 green cards. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 green sources. So I think that's fine. So we'll submit like this. Okay, we can keep this. Balance will be good if they have a good draw, although I guess it's bad against Mox Diamond. But it will sweep away their creatures. Mutavault, go. Alright. Okay, I think I'm actually just going to get a tapped land here. We could get the Retrofitter Foundry into play on turn 1, which means we could make a 1-1 on turn 2, but that's not that exciting. I think I'd rather just be able to sequence tapped lands. And we can get the black, white, green land with Arid Mesa. Then Bloodtithe Harvester means we have to shock. Okay, let's just play Retrofitter Foundry and then tap Stomping Ground. This is fine. It's a little awkward. We have 2 islands with our Field of the Dead. That's our only repeat land. But we do have that, so probably going to be discarding one of those to Blood Tithe Harvester. Soul Ring, that's not fair. Ooh, never mind, it is fair. That's awesome. Oh, pay this for one. They already used their Mana Tithe. We get to steal their Soul Ring. And then next turn we can play Leovold. Cathar Commando, then they can blow up their own Soul Ring if they want. Alright, that's fine. Balance is looking pretty bad though. We might just discard that actually to the blood token from Blood Tithe Harvester. If they animate Mutavault, I'll happily trade. Okay, Runaway Steamkin, that's fine. Minskin Boo. Okay, let's play that instead. Go land. Green, red, these two. We could just kill this Runaway Steamkin now. I don't think that's necessary. We'll level up the hamster. And pass turn. I'm going to leave the hamster back on defense. And the Thieving Skydiver. And now they need to be able to deal with this Minskin boost soon. If we get to -2 the Minsk, draw 4 and kill something, then the game will end. Animate Mutavault. They need to be able to kill this Boo. Do they have, like, some sort of removal spell? No, they're just going to combat. Okay. Block. Ult the Boo. Alright, this is not going to get the job done. We just get to make another one immediately. Alright, nice. Very easy round one. Well, actually, the first game I can't really call easy, but solid game there. Hopefully we can get trophy number 19 and reclaim our second place spot. I'll see you in round 2. Alright, here we are for round 2. We are on the play, and we have a good hand. We can keep this. No blue mana other than from the Signet. But we can play turn 1, Jetmir's Garden, I guess. Turn 2, Nurturing Peatland. Signet, turn 3, Ashiok. Also have Balance plus Signet on the play. This deck is pretty sweet. I just want to curve Ashiok into Minskin Boo. Is that too much to ask? Oh, playing against a fan. That's always nice. Preordain, okay. I'm just happy it's not a Soul Ring. Balance is quite weak against opposing artifacts. Okay, they go top, bottom, and pass, presumably. And we'll get our Signet down. They're ready? Okay. We can play to ready and minus it immediately, sacrificing our Signet if we need to. I don't want to have to do that, though. They just pass with mana up. Okay. Hopefully we draw an untapped land. If not... Okay, we do. So we can play the ready. Oh, no, we can't play the ready with Spell Pierce. Well, we can. Weird situation. We're constrained on blue mana. I think I'm going to go for the Duretti. Yeah, I'll go for the Duretti. So we'll do this. Play Duretti, leaving blue mana up. If they counter, we can spell Pierce back. What I really don't want to see is a mana drain. If they counter the Duretti, it's not even that bad, but if they mana drain the Duretti into something, then that would be bad. And since we're constrained on blue mana, even if they do play just a normal counterspell, I will spell Pierce. Okay, yeah, that's exactly what we were worried about, but we played around it well. Duretti is kind of awkward with balance, but it's fine. Like, if we end up having to sacrifice our construct, not the end of the world. If they play an artifact, we can, like, kill their artifact and then play balance, and that'll be really good. And if they just pass, then we're untapping with the Planeswalker and all our colors. Okay, Chrome Mox, that's good against balance. Winds of Abandon. Okay, so blue I control. Blade Splicer. Okay, this is great. Balance is going to line up very well against this. So let's go minus to kill Chrome Mox. Attacking Construct. Then I guess we just play balance into Blood Tithe Harvester. So let's do the mana right. So first balance, and balance is actually just going to be a normal removal spell, but that's fine. Just trades with Blade Splicer pretty effectively. Harvester. And into the Triome. Now we have way more permanents on board. We don't know what they're playing, but we're pretty well suited against most stuff. Evoke Muldrifter, that's pretty slow. Okay, I think I will discard the Swamp. Alright, land. Ashiok. That resolves. We start going to work on the library. Pestermite. Okay, so they're playing Twin. That's good to know about. We'll plus this. Hit them for 3. And then I think I'll just crack this Nurturing Peatland end of turn. We have other green and black lands. It gets further away from Field of the Dead, but we don't have Field of the Dead. So I think that's fine. There's a Plateau. Alright. They're playing Balance of their own. That's good to know about as well. High Tide. Alright. What you got? 7 mana. They might play Time Spiral. Karn Liberated. Okay. That's not too bad. If they minus on anything other than Blood Tithe Harvester, we can kill the Karn. If they minus on the Blood Tithe Harvester, I guess that's kind of bad. Yeah, that's kind of bad. That's probably what they should do. They could also go upstairs just to put it at a high loyalty count. Okay, they do just decide to go upstairs. That makes sense. And in turn, we'll crack this. Hoping to find something like a Minskin Boo that can add quick pressure. Not a Stomping Ground. Oh, come on. Alright, let's plus again. Ashiok again. Just hitting lands this time. Do we want extra red mana or extra white mana more? I don't think it matters. Tapped land, swing at Karn. We have our own Karn that we could draw towards. We have 6 mana, so we're 1 mana short of being able to do it. But if we draw Karn, we could put Pestermite into play with Ashiok. And then we would have 7 mana. I'm assuming they're plussing again to take this Temple Garden out of our hand. Okay, yep. Bye-bye, Temple Garden. That Signet, we can kill that with Duretti. I think I will do that. Mother of Runes. Okay, I'm gonna kill that instead. Porcelain Legionnaire. Okay. Well, huh. What do we want to do first? I think I'm actually gonna kill the Porcelain Legionnaire so we can attack the Karn again. This does mean they get to keep Mother of Runes, but I think that's okay. Swing at Karn. We'll see if they chump block. They don't. Then we'll play this, plus this, pass turn. And then next turn we can put Pastormite into play with Ashiok to tap the Mother of Runes if we want to get an attack in. They're going to need to minus the Karn soon, but we have Raging Ravine, which is a good attacker. It's kind of too bad if we just hit like mono lands off of this Ashiok. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 straight. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So they probably only have 5 lands left in their last 14 cards plus their hand. Their deck is kind of strange. Did they plus? Interesting. Okay, I think this is a good position for us. We will minus Ashiok, -3. Put Pastormite into play to tap Mother of Runes. And we can kill Mother of Runes by sacking the Construct. We will animate Raging Ravine. We're 1 mana short of being able to animate it a second time, which would be really good. Now we'll put the Karn down low. And put this into play, and now we're in great shape against pretty much anything other than Upheaval. If they do play Upheaval, which I wouldn't be surprised to see in their deck, then they can start the game with a Signet in play, but they don't do that, so that seems good for us. Let's crack this, grab Island, I guess. Untap. Do we want a Raging Ravine or Niv Mizzet? I think Niv Mizzet. I'm going to start with Duretti to kill another one of their artifacts. White, green, red, or black. Niv Mizzet. We hit Knight of Autumn, okay. Let's plus the Ashiok again. Consecrated Sphinx, that's a good one. We'll try to come in at Karn for 5. And then we'll play Knight of Autumn to blow up their last Signet. We're really fighting through this Karn. This is one of those games where like, you don't normally see Karn stay in play for this long without the game ending, but they've mostly just been plussing every turn. Mystical Tutor, what do they have? They can't play Upheaval anymore. They could get Ancestral Recall. They fail to find. I guess they only have 10 cards left. Okay, so we get there against the Karn. So they're playing blue-white. We saw Pestermite, but no Twin, but I would imagine that it's in there. So they have some aggressive creatures. They have Karn, High Tide, Mana Drain. Do we want Endurance? I don't think we need Endurance. Balance is probably not great. Especially on the draw. Crop Rotation seems somewhat interesting, but I don't think it's quite necessary. Maybe we do just bring in Endurance. Yeah, that seems fine. One more run like this. Or, no, let's bring in Fast Bond on the draw, actually. Just try to be quick. Okay, solid hand. We can keep this. This is probably getting the... Well, we need to get a blue source. I don't think we have a blue Triome, actually. And we don't really need a blue source. We have the Signet. What we want is a blue-black land, because we don't have black mana anywhere. I think I'm just going to play Raging Ravine on turn 1 and put off that decision for a turn. See what we draw. They go bottom, bottom. That's good news. Okay, Raging Ravine, your turn. Alright. Thieving Skydiver will be good against that. Let's just get Temple Garden into play and play the Signet. So hopefully they tap out for something kind of irrelevant, like a Blade Splicer, and we can get the Thieving Skydiver out there. Okay, they pass with mana up. That's a little scary. Oh, here, it looks like it's a Pestermite. We can kill this. Hopefully they target the Temple Garden. Okay. If Mizzet, sort of funny draw. I'm just going to main phase Swords to Plowshare this. I don't want to mess around with this thing. Then we'll pass back, and we can get a black land. Oh, wait. This doesn't actually get the black land that I had in mind. This doesn't get the black, white, green land. So I actually don't think we can get black mana with this. Okay, now they've missed a Confluence mana. But they don't anymore. What is this? 3 mana for Urza. Alright. So does this get any black sources? Oh, wait, it does get... I don't know why I thought it didn't get this land. It does. Alright. So that's good. Now we're going to play Thieving Skydiver. I think that's better than playing Niv Mizzet this turn. And we can take... I think I'm just going to take the Signet here rather than taking their other thing. Like we could take the creature. Both the creature also makes mana for them. They could have mana drain here. Okay, nice. That resolves. Take the Signet. Tap Sacred Foundry. Pass. I will very happily trade Thieving Skydiver with the Construct if they give us that opportunity. Okay, the Mystical Tutor. I don't know what they're going to get here. Mana Drain, alright. Good card, but less good when we know about it. If they just pass with mana up, we can just start getting in there with the Raging Ravine. Okay, they swing for 1. That's fine. I'm definitely not going to jam one of these cards into their Mana Drain. Okay, let's just play land and attack. Take 6. And then we can decide if we want to crack this Sunbaked Canyon end of turn. I'm kind of leaning towards no. We win the race, so they can't just keep on passing with mana drain up. They need to make a play. And they're a bit constrained on blue mana. They do have 3 blue. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. So we could play like we have good play setup. We could play Omnath into Duretti or something. Um, but I think we're just gonna keep on beating down. Minsk and Boo, another good card that we're not gonna play. Eight. Swing. All right, jump block. This is good. Takes them off of a blue mana, and they have nothing end of turn. All right. With each attack, we pull further and further ahead. Boros Signet. Okay. They don't. Oh no, they do still have double blue. I'm afraid of a Karn or something in their hand, so I'm not really interested um, in giving them any potential mana. They could cast Karn next turn. If they take 8, they're really low. But if they okay, they block with the Urza. Now they're out of double blue, so we could actually stick a threat here, but unfortunately Field of the Dead is tapped. So we'll just pass. Do they have the Karn? If they Karn and take out Raging Ravine, oh, balance. Interesting. Okay, so we keep 2 cards. Which 2 do we want to keep? One, two, three, four, five. Probably Minsk and Boo and Niv Mizzet. Yeah, let's keep Minsk and Boo and Karn. Discarding some very good, very multicolored things with Sacker Thieving Skydiver. They still are holding Mana Drain up. Interesting. I think I will play Expressive Iteration. If they counter this, then we can resolve resolve Minsk and Boo. And it doesn't give them as much mana. Okay, that's fine. Minsk and Boo. Yes, we'll make a hamster. We'll put some counters on it, and we'll get in for 4. Now they get their mana drain boost, so we'll see what they have with it. Could be Karn. They play their planes. Down to 1 card. Karn is not that good against Minsk and Boo, though, because if they take the hamster or the Minsk, either way, we can kill the Karn. Ugin. Okay, so they can -4. Then if we draw a land, we kill them with a Raging Ravine. An untapped land. Okay, nice. So we can go... Yeah, this works. Animate. Then land. Make a zombie, but that's not the relevant thing here. We can animate this a second time, which means when we attack, we get 2 counters. And then we can attack and get our 2 counters for exactly 8 damage. Alright, nice. Interesting deck from the opponent. Mana Drain into Ugin and Karn is a pretty good plan. Then they have Urza and a lot of mana. But we are able to defeat them. We are yet to drop a game, 2-0. I'll see you in the finals. Alright, in the finals we're playing against What Up. We are on the play, and... I'm going to keep this hand. It has no black mana and 3 black spells. We only have like 3 or 4 black spells in the entire deck. So hopefully we can find a black source soon. If not, we do have, like, if we draw any land, we can play Hydroid Krasis. And pretty much any spell that we draw, we can cast too with these colors. But we do need a little bit of help. This is one of those hands where almost every card in the deck is a good top deck. But without top deck, if we just draw like brick after brick, we don't have a plan. Beaumont Courier. Alright. Have to handle an aggressive deck again. Probably a kind of bad matchup. Arid Mace. Okay, that's good. That can get a black source, and then we can just drop all these things into play. We can't play Leovold on turn 3 because Sacred Foundry doesn't cast Leovold. But I think we're just going to play Duretti. Really hope they don't have a 2-drop here, but they probably will. Smuggler's Copter. Okay, that's pretty bad. Um... If we play Duretti and they have... Yeah, I think we do play Duretti here. If they have removal spell plus creature to crew the copter, it's really bad. But even if they hit the... Like, if the Duretti is able to trade with Smuggler's Copter, that'd be great. We just want to buy time. We win the long game, certainly, in this matchup. So I don't really care about getting full value out of Duretti. I just want to stay alive. They do have third mountain. Figure of Destiny. Oh, this is potentially worst case scenario if they then have a 1 or 2 mana removal spell, Fury. Okay. Alright, yeah, we're quite behind here. Crew the Copter, kill Duretti, hit us for 3 with the Copter. Then we play, I guess, Leovold next. And our life total is fine. We're still at 14. Leovold shuts down the Copter looting. The problem is they're going to get 4 cards off of this Beaumont Courier. Okay. Karn Liberated is a truly horrendous draw. What are we going to get for games 2 and 3? Endurance, Oath, maybe Parallax Wave. Yeah, honestly, tough matchup. We don't have the best removal. We're hoping to play against grindy decks, and we do not get our grindy opponent in this matchup. I like our odds pretty well in the play, but for game 3 on the draw, it's going to be tough. They play land. They can now turn Figure of Destiny into a 4/4. We could draw Omnath. That would be really good. Blue, green, white, red. Yeah, we do have it. They get to do their little Magda Smuggler's Copter combo, which is cute, but not that good. Actually, I guess it could be good if they have Figure of Destiny to dump the mana into. Hopefully they attack, but they don't. Alright, so we just take 7. Yeah, this is looking bad. We draw land, or we draw brick. Hydroid Krasis. But this Krasis is just going to have to chump block the Figure of Destiny. Because they can crew the Copter, which makes their 6th mana source. And then this is a lethal attacker. And we don't have a board sweeper that would bail us out of this. Duretti to Leovold into a 3/3 Krasis is a good curve on the play in a lot of matchups, but not enough in this one. Is there any possible top deck? Probably not. Our removal is quite bad here. We have Swords to Plowshares, but not much past that. We need to chump block here, and then we go to... Okay, I'm happy to see... Well, they attack with a Copter, and then just... we block, and they crack the thing to get 4 cards. So, chump. Block. Their deck looks quite good, and they curved out perfectly. They've used all of their mana every single turn. Down to four. They have Mox too. Jeez, their deck looks so good. All right, we're dead. Okay, let's shore this up a bit. Oath of Druids in, Croxa out, Endurance in, Karn out. I think we run it like this. Hydrocrisis is a brick off of Oath of Druids, but the rest of our hits are decent at least. Yeah, we'll run it like this. And on the draw, I think I'll bring in Fast Bond. Kind of rough to play against two aggressive decks in the same league. I really just want to be playing against other controlling grindy decks here, but it is what it is. You got to be ready to face mono red. That's just a feature of Vintage Cube. Our best start is probably like Tropical Island into Utopia Sprawl, then turn two Selesnya Signet into Balance to wreck their hand, and then turn three you can like play Omnath or something. Opponents really deep in the tank on sideboarding, which is kind of interesting. I feel like often when you run over someone, you just like think your deck's great and just resubmit, but they are making some changes potentially. All right, my opponent went all the way down for their sideboarding, but they did eventually find something they like. Hmm. I'm gonna keep this hand. It's pretty bad. The mana is bad. We don't have green or blue mana, but we have Blood Tithe Harvester, which can help dig us for something and also trade with one of their creatures. Okay, Dragon Droid Chandler, that's fine. Endurance. Man, that is one of the worst draws we could have had. Endurance actually might be able to get some value against this Dragon Droid Chandler, though. What card do we want to discard to the blood token? I think none for now. We're just going to play the tap land and pass. And I'll probably discard the Spell Pierce. That's a card that we really need early. It doesn't do much if we're waiting until turn 5 or whatever to play it. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. I wish I had Spell Pierce for that. I think I will accept this trade. And I would love to find a second green source for Endurance. Okay, interesting. Discard Spell Pierce, draw Minsk and Boo. Can we find a land, please? Stomping Ground, okay. Interesting. Do we want to play Minsk and Boo or Endurance? I think Endurance. Kind of close, though. Shock and Pass. Our hand is actually pretty good. Like Knight of Autumn can gain life. Minskin Boo is just broken. They discard one land. Okay. Soul Ring. All right, that is something that we can either steal with Thieving Skydiver or blow up with Knight of Autumn. I really hope they attack with a Grim Lavamancer. If they leave it back, then that limits our options for the endurance. Goblin Rabblemaster. All right, they're going really wide. We need to find a balance, or just like, I mean, maybe this endurance can just get us there on its own, but I'm skeptical. So they do send the Lavamancer as well. So we'll play endurance, take out their graveyard. Which one of these things do we want to kill? I think I'm just going to kill their Goblin Shaman. Prevents the most damage. Last card is Smuggler's Copter. Okay. So I think now that's what we're going to steal if we find a blue source. They ban Urza's Saga, and we find Oath of Druids. Interesting. Um. Hmm. I think we need to play Knight of Autumn. I don't think we can afford to take a turn off for Oath of Druids. And let's blow up the Copter. Pass. They do have Grim Lavamancer now. Maybe we're supposed to take Grim Lavamancer last turn. Sort of tricky. This is best if we draw balance, though, which is our hope. We can't afford to have them top deck something. If they play like Hellrider, we're dead. Hazaret. That's not as bad. But now they can just use Grim Lavamancer to kill the Knight, and we probably die. It just balance. That's our only top deck. Man, really, really strong mono red deck. Soul Ring, Mox, lots of one drops, Smuggler's Copter. Really, really powerful stuff. All right, so they send everything. Since we're trying to draw balance, we need to have no creatures, so the Hazaret will get killed. So we block like this, and then we have one draw. Minskin Boon, not as good when you're this far behind on board. Sheldock Isle, man. All right, GG. So could not quite get the trophy, unfortunately. We were really cruising at the beginning, but mono red, that was like one of the better mono red decks I've seen. The key for the mono red decks is the fast mana, and they had Soul Ring plus Mox, so that is what it is. I think our deck was good. It wasn't broken. Like, we had 3 pieces of acceleration, but they were all signets, no Moxen. We had, like, good mid-range threats, but we didn't have Fractured Identity, we didn't have Oko, we didn't have Dak Faden. We had great mana. The greatest thing about this deck was certainly the mana base. We ran into some issues from time to time, but overall good mana. And solid threats, like Minskin Boo won us a game, Ashiok won us a game, Golos was solid. But Mono Red was just a little bit too fast. Would have been nice to have some sideboard Kitchen Finks and things like that, but their deck looked good. It was going to really require us having a pretty perfect draw to it to be able to overcome that. But still a good league, even though we couldn't quite get the trophy. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.